So I often get asked what services social revenue provides, and I thought the easiest way to describe this to someone who came to this page would be to answer this question. Social revenue, what do we do? So for our clients, I'm going to lead you through the process that takes our clients from uncertainty and chaos of really not being sure where their customers are coming from to instead being at this point here of constant and accelerated growth through continually bringing in new customers into the business. So I'm going to run you through each step of the process of how we do this, because usually when you speak to most agencies, they'll tell you that what they do is something based on SEO, Facebook ads, Google ads, etc., etc. And all of these things are useful things to be able to do and are things that we are experts in. But the real important part is following this process. This process here is timeless, whereas things like SEO, Facebook ads, etc., those will change time after time. And as such, we have to keep up to date with those, sure, but those aren't the actual process that provide our clients with the results that they're after. So the first step here, when we first come into a business, is we measure all the numbers that are relevant to a marketing campaign, because it's impossible to know that your marketing is going to make you more money than it's costing you unless you're sure of your numbers. So this is knowing how much revenue is made per sale, how much profit margin there is, what's the cost of actually selling it, so then we can work out how much we can pay maximum in order to acquire a new customer. So that way, any form of advertising that we do is all measured, and from that point we can know that every single ad that is run for that business, every single lead that is brought into that business is done in such a way that is going to grow that business and it's not going to cost them more than they'll make from the customer, which is really important for any business that's looking to grow. Once we've done that and we can understand that we know where there's room for profit and we know where we can bring in new customers and actually be able to service those customers in such a way that provides more revenue for the business, the second step here is to find high quality audiences and generate leads from them. So the world has really moved on from the age of having to send flyers to everyone all the time. The technology has become so far advanced with Facebook advertising, Google advertising, etc., to be able to really easily replicate our existing best customers. Because when you have data sets and you know who your best customers are, it then becomes very easy to get in front of people who are very similar, and if they have the same needs as your best customers, we can then put ads in front of them specifically based on the behaviors they've shown online, and then turn those into leads. Once we've established that those leads are high quality, completely removes the question of, the leads are just no good. That's no longer an excuse nowadays, because we can make sure that the leads are very similar to your existing best customers, especially when you upload that information into these sites, for example. We then need to make sure that the leads are converted into new sales in a way that is systemized. Because if your best salespeople are having an off day, for an example, and a lead comes in, that can result in a downturn in revenue. So to make sure that the leads are then consistently turned into appointments for the right business, that's what this point here is about. It's making sure that the leads are systemized in a consistent manner to then be brought into the business. And that changes business to business, because the whole thing of this, there's often the question of, how do I know this is going to work for my business? And the truth is, it comes down to ensuring that the process is followed in such a way that is bespoke to the business. Each business faces different challenges. Each industry is not going to have the same issues based on, not everything's going to be the same cost. There's not going to be the same size of market. The amount of competition is going to be different. The amount others are spending on digital marketing will be different. And all of these different factors really change what kind of things are going to work. When Facebook ads might be right for one business, SEO might be the best thing for another, or a retargeting campaign of your existing customers might be best for another business. So it's all really dependent on the circumstances for that business, which is why we say for non-clients, what we do is we provide an accurate diagnosis of the marketing issues. There's no point us going in and giving a bunch of solutions to someone where we don't know we can help them first. It wouldn't be a professional way to go about it. A good example of this is if you go to visit your doctor, the doctor doesn't give you a prescription straight away. He sits down and he diagnoses first. We believe the same thing should be happening with any professional services firm. And when it comes to digital marketing, we position ourselves as a professional services firm. We provide a professional service. So we will not take someone on through this process unless we know they can actually get to this point, unless we know we can actually help them there. Because if we can't, then we're not going to be able to take their money. The only way we can take the money of a client is if we can help them. And that's what this initial process is for. So for non-clients, we give an accurate diagnosis of the problems in the same way that you get when you go to a doctor, you meet a lawyer for the first time, you go to a dentist for the first time, so on and so forth. That's the kind of thing we provide to our non-clients. And that helps to create clarity on steps to achieve business goals. Because at that stage there, you then get more clarity on where you want to go. It stops it being very reactive and stops it being like you're just being blown away from side to side each day, just based on the ongoings of that day, being a firefighter kind of thing. That stuff doesn't really allow you to know that you're going towards your business goals each day. But sitting down, going through our diagnosis process allows for that to happen. So there's a link below this where if you click there, you can book in for one of these diagnosis sessions. They're free, of course they're free, because we don't know we can help yet. To actually start going through this process, we charge to put together a plan, and then from that we charge also to actually implement the plan. So that's what happens after this stage, and if it's not a good fit, we'll also say, because we're not interested in taking on clients we can't help. So if you're interested in what we've talked about here, click on the link below and we can start running through this process here to see if it's suitable to help you go through this topic here. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you found that useful.